So let us discuss the variational method, which is another approximation method. So this you might have studied in mathematics how to apply variation. Variation means you apply a very small change. So in that we will first study the method, how to apply the variational method, and what are the various steps in applying variational method. Then we apply that to helium, ground state of helium, and then we learn how to extend that into the excited states. Okay, so only one problem we will deal with that. So as I told you, all these approximation methods are not generic nature. They are problem dependent. You have to, depending upon type of nature of problem, you have to select the suitable method. So no methods are having a generic nature. So some special nature, like we can say some problems, some methods are suitable for some problems, like that. Okay, so we first we will apply variation method. First we will study the variation method. What are the principles behind the variation method? Okay, so the first idea is that this is also known as Rayleigh-Ritz method, Rayleigh-Ritz variation method. So the idea is that the basic dynamical equations, not only in quantum mechanics but in classical mechanics also, basic dynamical equations of motion can be derived using variational principle. Okay, so in that, I will show that how we can do that. In variational method, we require a function. We start from a function, okay, that you have to make or form a function. What are the speciality of the function? That should be stationary, because this method is for time independent problems. That function is should be time independent or stationary with respect to the variation of its parameters. Okay, so the function can have many parameters. So when we vary these parameters, that should be stationary. Now in classical mechanics, also this can be applied. You might have studied there. The Lagrange's equation of motion can be obtained from Hamilton's principle of least action. Starting from Hamilton's least action, you can reach the Lagrange's equation of motion by applying the variation method. Now in quantum mechanics also, Schrodinger equation will be obtained from the expectation value of Hamiltonian. Okay, you start from expectation value of Hamiltonian, because Hamiltonian is stationary. Whatever happens to the system, Hamiltonian remains invariant or stationary. So starting from the Hamiltonian, take its expectation value. From that you apply the variation, then you will reach the Schrodinger equation. That I will show now. So variation method is a mathematical method in which some particular integral is minimum or maximum. Minima or maxima. That is the basic method. The variational method is mainly used for the determination of ground state energy, not for excited states. Okay, so applying the variation method, actually you get the ground state of the systems. From that you can go to the excited states. Normally we get the ground state. Okay, now let us see what is the principle. So as I told just now, we are going to obtain the Schrodinger equation from the expectation value of Hamiltonian using the variation. Okay, that is very easy. Now for that, you consider a system whose Hamiltonian is known. Hamiltonian is known to you, which is H, capital H. Okay. So H is known to us, for which Schrodinger equation cannot be solved explicitly for the ground state wave function. So such problems we usually deal with these approximation methods. All these are approximation methods. So for a consider a case in which we cannot solve the Schrodinger equation directly. Okay. Take such cases. Now let psi is the wave function, arbitrary wave function. Then the expectation value Hamiltonian is the energy. So energy equal to expectation value Hamiltonian equal to, this is the usual expression, psi h psi by psi psi. Okay. Now in this is the what I told, the function, initial function. Now in this function, the two factors are involved. One is h and another is psi. Okay. Now h cannot be varied because h is a constant. If you change h, system becomes another thing. So h will not change. So apply variation to psi. Okay. So here you take psi is the variation parameter. Okay. So we are going to apply variation to the psi wave function. So we call that wave function as variational wave function, or a generic name in other cases we call it as a trial function. Trial function. Okay. So here psi is called the variational wave function, or you can call, generally you can call it as trial function. Okay. Now this equation is known as, equation 1.1 is known as Ritz variational formula or Rayleigh-Ritz variational formula, and the variational method is known as Ritz method or Rayleigh-Ritz method. That is what we written here, Ritz method. Okay. Now the stationary states, stationary values of E, energy, are given by the variational equation delta E equal to 0. You apply a small variation to E. Delta E means variation applied to E, and put it as 0. If you choose like this, you can see that you will end up with the Schrodinger equation. That is what I told earlier. So from the expectation value of the Hamiltonian, you apply the variation condition, you will reach the Schrodinger equation. Okay. So let us show that. So it can be shown that this equation is equivalent to the time independent Schrodinger equation. So from this equation you write, let this psi in the denominator goes to the left side, so that you can write psi E equal to psi h psi. Okay, is that clear? Now you take the variation, apply variation to these parameters. So this is the way of applying variation. How to apply variation? Okay, taking the variation of this equation corresponding to the variation delta E. So you have to apply delta E equal to 0. For corresponding to that, you apply variation in psi. So this is the way of applying variation. Okay, in each one except this Hamiltonian, for each parameters you apply variation. Okay, so for that, first you apply variation to E, remaining just like taking partial derivatives, keeping other things unchanged, you apply variation to each one. So first is psi delta E plus, now E should be same in both cases. Then first the bra delta psi ket psi, then bra psi ket delta psi into E. So E comes here and here. So is the idea clear how to apply variation? You take each one, apply variation, keeping other things unchanged. Just like partial derivatives. We take partial derivatives like this. Now on the right side, do not apply variation to the H. A Hamiltonian is invariant. So delta psi H psi plus bra psi H delta psi, ket delta psi. So this is the way of applying the variation to the parameters of this equation or function. Similar to the partial derivatives we are taking, you apply variation to each parameter, keeping other things unchanged, and repeat for the entire equation. Is that clear? Is this one clear? How to apply variation?
Yes,
Is
sir.
this one clear? Okay. Now let this one first term remain on the left side. The other both things go to the other side. Okay. So second and third term goes to the right side. The first term remains on the left side. So you get this first equation. Entire things are same. These two things are same like this, and these two are becomes minus delta psi psi E minus psi delta psi E. Okay. Now this term is same and this term is same, and this E is a constant eigenvalue because not an operator, so you can put it on the middle. You can take into the ket and bra, so you can write here E delta psi E psi minus psi E delta psi. Okay, that is also very simple. Now you just reverse this second term. First term no change. Second term you just delta psi to the bra and psi to the ket. Take the complex conjugate. So just it will just reverse the ket and bra. So this becomes delta psi H psi star minus no change for the third term. The fourth term you are taking the complex conjugate and reverse. So reversing and complex conjugating they cancel each other. So these both are same. Delta psi E psi star complex conjugate. Okay. Now see the first and third terms are almost similar. Left side delta psi, left side delta psi, right side psi, right side psi. So you can combine the first and third term and write delta psi H minus E psi plus, now combine second and fourth term, that is delta psi H minus E psi whole star. Okay. Now see these two terms are similar except a complex conjugation. So first term or second term is the complex conjugate of first term. Okay. So this is similar to Z plus Z star, or where Z is a complex number, or A plus IB plus A minus IB. എനിക്ക് ഇവിടെ ഇത് വേണം. Just a minute. Okay, so this is similar to a plus ib plus a minus ib, which is real part 2a, which is equal to the real part 2a. So you can write this delta E, you can put it as 0 because that is the variational condition which we earlier told. Delta E equal to 0. That is the variation condition. So you can put delta E equal to 0. So when you put that, the right side means real part of this complex number equal to 0. Real part of this is 0, or 2a equal to 0, or a equal to 0, or real part of this complex number is 0. Okay. Is that clear? How you obtain this one? Real part is 0. So you applied variation delta E equal to 0.
Yeah.
Then z plus z star equal to 0, or real, that is 2a, real part, twice real part. So twice real part is 0 means real part is 0. So we can write real part of this quantity is 0. Okay. Now in this expression again in 1.3, you replace delta psi by I delta psi. Okay. You replace delta psi by I delta psi. In this equation, you replace wherever delta psi is here, it is here. Two places delta psi is there. So you can replace delta psi with I delta psi. How this is justified? Because in 1.1, you replace psi with I psi, no change. So in the take equation number 1.1, you replace psi with I psi, no change for this expression. Because I star comes here, I comes here. In the denominator also I star I comes. Okay, so that is one. Or they cancel each other. Both way we can justify. So in the due to that logic, you apply psi equal to I psi. No problem in doing like that. So you change, do a variation here, delta psi, replace delta psi by I delta psi. So this equation becomes, again left side is same, psi delta E equal to, here you replace with I delta psi, then H minus E psi, here also I delta psi, H minus E psi all star. Okay. Now this I you can take to the out of the prefactor. So that is minus I. Okay. Here also I you can take to the outside, that is minus I, but take the conjugate of that one. Conjugate is there. So that is I. So minus I here and I comes here. Okay. So this can be written as minus I into this minus I you can take to the outside as common to both terms. So minus I and the first term minus second term. So minus into minus becomes plus I. Now see the term inside the Kählian bracket from here to here, not this minus I. So it is similar to the Z minus Z star. A plus IB minus A minus IB, which is nothing but twice I into imaginary part, 2IB. Now you apply variation condition delta E equal to 0. So LHS is 0, so RHS should be also 0, so B should be 0. Imaginary part should be 0. So we can write imaginary part of that quantity is also 0. Okay. So we obtain two inferences. Real part is 0, imaginary part is also 0. So both 0 means the complex number vanishes. Complex number is 0. Imaginary part is 0, real part is 0 means complex number is 0, or you can write that complex number as equal to 0. Okay. Now, from this equation, you just apply a condition. This equation is satisfied for any delta psi. You take the delta psi on the left side. Okay. For any delta psi, for any variation in wave function, it is satisfied only if the remaining things are valued. So delta psi is the variation we applied for the parameter psi. So for any variation things in parameter, so any variation for wave function is satisfied only if the other things remains as 0. Okay. So that means h minus e into psi equal to 0 or h psi equal to e psi. This is the time independent Schrodinger equation. Okay. So is the idea clear? Which is the Schrodinger equation for stationary states, time independent Schrodinger equation. This is what I told earlier. Starting from the expectation value of the Hamiltonian, we can reach the Schrodinger equation applying the variation principle. So the other thing you might have studied, starting from the Hamilton-Jacob equation, you can reach the Lagrange's equation. Hamilton principles of least action, you apply variation, you will reach the Lagrange's equation. That might have studied in classical mechanics. And in quantum mechanics, I just showed that you apply variation to the Hamiltonian of the expectation value of the Hamiltonian, then you reach the Schrodinger equation, time independent Schrodinger equation. Okay. So one advantage of this idea is that, so instead of solving the Schrodinger equation, you apply this condition, delta E equal to 0. That is equivalent to solving the Schrodinger equation. So when you, because when you applied this condition, you got the Schrodinger equation. So this is another useful way of making a theory, variation principle. So instead of solving the Schrodinger equation, you apply this variation delta E, which is function of wave function, as 0. Put it as 0. So whatever you obtain is the solution of Schrodinger equation. Is that idea clear? So we choose a problem which cannot be solved by solving Schrodinger equation. We need an approximation method. This approximation method is known as variation method. So in this method, you put instead of solving Schrodinger equation, you put apply the variation delta E equal to 0. Whatever you obtain is the solution of the Schrodinger equation. That is the idea. Okay. So the solution corresponds to the minimum of the function, not maxima. Delta E equal to 0 is the minima. So you apply the minimum of the function. As a result, what you obtain is the equivalent of solving the Schrodinger equation. Okay, so this is the idea of variational principle, basic idea of variational principle. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Now we will show that. Thank you. Now we will show that the variational principle is nothing but you obtain the ground state energy. By solving this, you always reach the ground state. That is the one of the special thing you have to take care. We always want the ground state. Then you can build up the next higher states, excited states. Okay, so that we are going to prove the variational principle. This is what I told. Expectation value of Hamiltonian is the energy, but that is E0. Sometimes that is equal to E0. Sometimes you may get E1, but you have to make sure that you should approach E0. From you can from experimentally you can verify whether you obtain E0 or E1 or E2 like that. So by normal procedure we will end up with the E0, ground state energy. Okay, so let get a set of phi k represent. These are the basis vectors, orthonormal basis vectors. Let ket phi k represent the complete orthonormal set of eigenfunctions of Hamiltonian. Then wave function can be expanded in terms of phi k. This we know already. Any wave function can be written in terms of basis vectors. So ket psi equal to sum over j cj phi j, where phi j are the basis vectors. Psi is any general vector. These are the cj are the components. Okay, now substitute this in equation number 1. Equation number 1 we know, this is the equation number 1, E equal to psi h psi by psi psi. So in that equation you substitute for this psi with this psi. So sum over j cj star phi j bra phi j, then h, then ket phi j, then cj. Sum over j is common, so you don't have to repeat. In the denominator also sum over j cj star phi j cj. So cj star you can combine and write modulus cj square. Denominator also modulus cj square. All and h phi j you can write it as Hamiltonian acting on basis vectors, basis states, that is Ej phi j. Ej you can take it outside. So Ej here taken outside, and Cj star Cj is written as modulus Cj square. Okay. Now we know that these are orthonormalized states. So phi j is 1. Denominator also this phi j is 1. So you can write E equal to sum over j Cj square Ej divided by sum over j Cj square modulus Cj square. Okay. So this will be greater than or equal to E0. Okay, because if you this Cj sum over the Cj square directly will not cancel. Only after numerator is fully multiplied, calculated, then you divide with the sum over the Cj square. Okay. So that will be, this will be, whatever written here will be greater than or equal to E0. Sometimes you will get E0, sometimes you may get E1 like that. But our first condition is that we should get the ground state wave energy. If you properly choose the wave function, you should get the ground state energy. E0. Otherwise, you will end up with E1 or E2 like that. That I will show. We will show that this later. How to choose, how to exactly reach E0. So here Ej is the eigenvalue of H corresponding to phi j, and E0 is the ground state energy, which is the smallest value of Ej. So according to the equation number 9, E psi 0, instead of this psi you put a psi 0, which is the ground state wave function, that should be greater than or equal to E0. So the procedure gives an upper limit to E0 and psi 0. So if you properly choose the variation function, wave function as psi 0 or similar to psi 0, you will end up with the E0. Okay. Now I will explain what are the steps in applying variational method, or I think I will better explain an example first, then we will come back to these steps. So we have some steps in applying variational method. First is you make a trial, guess a trial wave function. Okay, then calculate that. This I will explain later, so I am just partially moving. First, guess a trial wave function. Then you write the expectation value of E. Then you apply the minima, apply the variation and apply the minima condition, which is first derivative as 0. Then you substitute, you obtain some parameters, then substitute back these parameters, then you will get the ground state energy. So we have some 4 steps. This I will explain later. After discussing the example, I will explain these steps again. So first we will go to some example. Okay, how to apply the variational method to the harmonic oscillator. Okay, how to apply the variational method to find the ground state energy of harmonic oscillator. Okay, so I will continue after the break. I think I can continue one more session.